Good morning, I am Tracy Spence with your newscast. This newscast is brought to you courtesy of BioLife Energy Systems. Come join the living. Call them at 800-875-5433. USA Credit Repair, the key to beautiful credit. You may call them at 800-786-1330. Cruising with the Case Handler, a show on personal injury and immigration, weekdays 8:30 a.m., on Saturdays 7 p.m. and 12 noon on Sundays. And the Supreme Power Homes, call them at 800-493-9002. And now for the news in details. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, has raised its assessment of Jamaica's COVID-19 risk from Level 3 to Level 4, which is the highest on the risk assessment scale. Level 4 means that travelers to Jamaica have a very high possibility of contracting COVID-19. As a result, the CDC is urging Americans to avoid traveling to Jamaica and other countries categorized as Level 4. If Americans had to travel to Jamaica, the CDC is urging them to take extra precautions, including testing before departure, wearing of masks, employing social distancing while traveling, among other recommendations. Other countries listed as Level 4 include Canada, the United Kingdom, Germany, Cuba, the Bahamas, Antigua, Turks and Caicos, Trinidad and Tobago, and the Dominican Republic. In a bid to increase transparency and ensure Jamaica is safe for doing business, the Common Reporting Standard (CRS) is to be introduced locally in keeping with global standards on tax compliance. Aimed at combating tax evasion, the CRS is an information standard for the automatic exchange of information regarding financial accounts between tax authorities globally, which the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development (OECD) developed in 2014. Both houses of parliament have now approved legislation that incorporates the CRS into domestic law. This is the Revenue Administration Amendment Act, which was approved by the lower house on November 10 and passed in the Senate on Friday, November 20. Piloting the bill in the upper house, leader of government business in the Senate, Kamina Johnson-Smith, said that Jamaica has been a role model and example in the region in respect of tax compliance with the global standards. Meanwhile, Jamaica's Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries, Floyd Green, says there needs to be a comprehensive repositioning of agriculture among the nation's youths, including how it is presented in the school system and by extension viewed by society as a lesser career choice. Addressing the launch of a Youth in Agriculture roadmap recently, Green said that along with creating a Youth in Agriculture policy, which would address some of the long-standing issues that face the youth in agriculture, such as access to land and funding for agriculture, marketing and information about the industry, the issue of how agriculture is taught in school also have to be addressed. According to the minister, the agriculture curriculum must also epitomize the agribusiness push that is needed in the society at large. In sports, the local contingent of the Reggae Boys squad returned to Jamaica on Thursday following their pair of friendlies against Saudi Arabia in the Middle East. Despite a 3-0 defeat last Saturday, the Reggae Boys bounced back 3 days later to secure their first win over an Asian team since 2007. Defender Damian Lowe captained the team in the two games, and he praised the team's tenacity over the two games. The two games saw debuts being given to the likes of Daniel Johnson, Ravel Morrison, and Greg Lay, and assistant coach Jerome Wade praised the three for their performances. The next FIFA window is in March, and Jamaica is expected to have a UK-based camp and play the Spanish region of Catalonia in a friendly. And that is it for the news. This newscast came to you courtesy of BioLife Energy Systems. Come join the living. Call them at 800-875-5433. USA Credit Repair, the key to beautiful credit. You may call them at 800-786-1330. Cruising with the Case Handler, a show on personal injury and immigration, weekdays 8:30 a.m., on Saturdays 7 p.m. and 12 noon on Sundays. And Supreme Power Homes, call them at 800-493-9002. On behalf of the news and production team, I am Tracy Spence. To have a good morning.